How long should your romance novel be? Today we're going to answer that question for both traditionally published books as well as self-published romance novels. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, best-selling author of the Cinderella and Her Seven Guards series, and on this channel we talk all about romance writing, specifically for newbie and aspiring romance authors. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday. Today we're going to talk about how long your book should be, and we're going to talk about it in terms of word count. I know when you go onto Amazon, you will see like number of pages as the way they measure books, because that's how readers measure books. Also, when you go to the bookstore, you probably are just going to flip to the back to see how many pages the book is, or you can just tell by looking at it. So typically, all of those books that you see at the bookstore are usually traditionally published, not all. Then the typical length is 75 to 85,000 words. So if you're not sure who you are submitting to and you're hoping to just submit to an agent and maybe there will be an auction or bidding war on your book, usually that book, a full-length novel, is 75 to 85,000 words. That's a safe word count for anyone who is just not sure what publisher they want. Now, on the flip side of that, if you definitely know what publisher you want, and maybe you're doing category romance, they have specific guidelines set up if they are accepting submissions from unagented authors. They will just put on their website what they're looking for, what the word count is, how to submit to them. And if you're not sure, just to take a step back, what category romance is, make sure to watch my video on exactly that, as well as to find out whether or not it is for you. But when we talk about category romance, Harlequin is usually the first one that comes to mind, and on their website, they will tell you exactly how many words they expect for each line, as well as Entangled Publishing does this. They create a lot of romance books in different lines as well. So make sure you follow the guidelines exactly, or if there is a publisher and they only take agented submissions, then your agent will know exactly how many words to trim down or beef up the novel that you have given to them. Now, the other part of that is self-published, which obviously has much more flexibility than the traditional. And I should also say with traditional, there are people creating anthologies, and you can submit sometimes to an anthology and they will maybe take a short story, say 5 or 10,000 words. So that's another possibility. But back to self-published. Romance novels right now fall into one of two categories. It could be a novella, it could be, well, I shouldn't say one of two, one of three. It could be a short story, it could be a novella, or it could be a full-length novel. Now, for a short story, that varies widely. It could be 5,000, it could be 10,000. Usually erotic romance falls more into the short story category, but not always. Sometimes people are still writing serials, and if you're not sure what a serial is for a romance novel, it simply means that they're releasing the book a few chapters, or maybe just one chapter at a time. And this was really popular to do on the Kindle platform, I would say almost a decade ago. But now, since there are many more reading apps like Radish, I don't want to say Wattpad, but there's other apps out there where you can publish your book to the app, and usually the first few chapters are free. And then after that, as the new chapters come out, maybe you have a publishing schedule on that app where you publish every Monday and Thursday, or every Monday, just like a YouTube video. But in order to purchase the future installments of that book, maybe they need to pay for it with credits. So usually if you're on the Radish app, you can buy X number of credits, and then you can use those credits on different books or installments of books as they come out. Or sometimes what happens with Radish is you just wait until the pages are free. So for example, maybe chapter 2 is 10 credits if you want to get it the day it comes out, or if you just wait 3 weeks, it will be free within 3 weeks. So you're basically just paying to read it a little earlier. Now, I'm not saying everybody likes that format, but the people who do enjoy that format will be perfectly happy with you writing your novel as you go and delivering it to them in installments. So that is one option. The other option is a novella, which is usually 17,000 to 40,000 words, but a lot of romance authors right now in the self-published indie world are simply writing novels of a novella length and just calling it a regular novel. They're not even designating that it's a novella, but usually readers can tell by the number of pages, which is how Amazon designates the book length. Now, a full-length book, I think, on an indie self-published level is usually around 50,000. That seems to be the acceptable level for how long a romance novel should be from an indie author, but you do still see books that are 75 to 85,000. So for example, Snow One was only 50,000 words, but Cinderella was 65,000 words because I just kept writing. So I intended it to be 50,000 words, but I had a little bit more character development that I wanted to add in there. So again, it's really great when you're a self-published author because you do have more flexibility, but I would say as a rule of thumb, 50,000 is the number you should aim for if you're self-published. All right, so let's just recap really quickly. For trad, any trad, you're going to aim for 75 to 85,000 words. If you're doing category romance, you're going to look up that specific line and see what those guidelines are, and you're going to adhere to them. If you're doing an anthology, there will be a call that will tell you exactly how many words you can put into your story. And then when we move over to self-publishing, you could do serials, but those are usually done on an app like Radish, or you can create a novella, which still qualifies usually as just a regular romance novel. You don't have to designate it as that. And then you should try to, I think, aim for at least 50,000 word count for your self-published romance novel, but it can go all the way up to 75 or 85. Just let me know if you have any questions on word count. And again, I really think you need to answer this question before you do any plotting because it's really going to help you to determine how much you should or shouldn't put into your plot. All right, I hope everyone's having a fabulous week. And don't forget, I have a secret announcement coming out tomorrow for a very cool, very awesome solution. I think it's going to be great for newbies. Like if you literally just woke up today and you said, I want to write a romance novel, this is the course for you. So that secret project is coming out tomorrow. So make sure to hit subscribe so you get an alert, and I will see you then. Bye.